If you're new to the sports gambling world, you probably didn't realize that the shows that you see on TV that are about sports betting are actually very new. Maybe you thought while you've been watching sports that maybe you just ignored those kind of shows, but there's been a lot of new shows that are geared all around sports betting, who they like to pick for this specific game, who they're going to bet on, but what you'll soon to notice, if you start following their bets, it's a bad idea. They're out there giving you some picks, and hey, it's free advice. It sounds like they know a lot. They're telling you all of this, telling you all of that. But does that make it a good bet? Most of the time, it's not. And I'll tell you why. So all these guys on these sports betting shows, they may have been sports bettors since back in the day. Some probably were not, and they transitioned to this sports betting host show role. Some of the shows that you'll see are like the Daily Wager, that's on ESPN, and then you got Scott Van Pelt's Bad Beats on SportsCenter, and then of course you got Lock It In with Rachel Bonetta, and then Clay Travis and all those other guys. That's on FS1. And then there's a whole lot longer list with YouTube channels, and then there's also podcasts. But kind of the difference between what you see on television versus what you would probably see on an independent show, YouTube, or maybe independent podcasts, is the content that they're talking about. So one of the things that drives them to give out their picks is who's running the show, what is the show about. So sometimes, there's a lot of talk for NFL because that's probably the most wagered on sport in the US. So these guys gear their shows around the NFL. And so if you are given a show about NFL, for example, and let's say you have to pick, let's say you pick your top 5 picks for the weekend, which we used to do a show about that. We would have to pick our top 5 for our NFL contest. The difference is that when these sportscasters, these hosts of these sports betting shows are giving their picks, it's not actually something they're betting on. So it is just their pick. So they're given a platform to speak about who they would take. But in reality, are they actually taking them? So let's say you got a guy, the show's about NFL, of course, and you have to pick 5. Maybe the guy's not even betting NFL, because a real sports bettor knows that NFL is very, very hard. And the professionals know that you got to be very careful. So if you're betting only NFL, you may have a difficult time. If you got college in there, college is easier to handicap. Those are easier to spot some bad lines. So NFL might be the least of their bets. Another one that I've seen where you have to make a pick is in UFC. So there's UFC sportscasters that are giving their UFC their pick, but maybe they have to give a pick on all the fights because they're talking about all the fights. But of course, they're not going to bet on every fight. So that's where you have to be cautious when you're watching these sports betting shows. They're not actually betting the picks that they give out, and they're giving it as entertainment, as fun advice. Sometimes they say like $25 bet here, $5 bet there, fun parlays type of thing. So that's really for entertainment, and that's really for new bettors. So if you're a new bettor, enjoy the shows, bet small with their plays. But if you want to take your betting to the next level, not to follow these guys. You can listen to their advice. Is it a good thing to bet on? You really got to do more of the analysis to determine if that's who you should bet on. So You can do that you can get some advice by other handicappers too. We know that there's a lot of new cappers that are coming out on Instagram and forums, Twitter, all over, and they give their records and give who they're betting on. Sometimes it's hard to believe their record because they're going just based on all based on just whatever they say. So you can't always believe it. But my name is Ken with Picking Duck. If you want to look for some guys that really know how to play and you want to know what their real true pick history is, you can find that on Picking Duck. So go check us out. Please subscribe to our channel. Please like this video and share it with your friends. And if you're playing in the books today, good luck out there.